How's it going, YouTube? I'm back in the video, and today I'm talking about why Devin Booker, in my opinion, is one of the most unguardable / underrated players in the entire league. He's an absolute beast, and I'm not even a Phoenix Suns fan. It's just someone that's been kind of following for like past 3 years. That's really when he got on my radar 3 years ago, and for him to still not be an all-star for how good he is, pretty much just due to how bad the Phoenix Suns are. I mean, besides him and Aiden, there's not very many good bright spots on the team, and that shows in their record. But I mean, Devin Booker is an extremely good player and very, very underrated. I'm getting into all of the reasons why I think he's underrated and all the reasons why I think he's also one of the most unguardable players in the NBA in this video. So without further ado, without rumming on too much, let's get right into this video. Alright, so my first reason is going to be his ability to just take over games. As we've seen, he called a shot not too long ago in his last game. He called a shot saying, I'm going to score 50. What did he do? He went out and scored 50. And in the past 2 games, he has also scored over 50 points, damn near 60 the last game before the last. I mean, he can just absolutely take over. As his 4-year career, at only the age of 22 years old, he has had 54 30-plus point games, 5 40-plus point games, and 3 50-plus point games to go along with a 70-point game 2 years ago against Boston. So when he was only 20 years old, he put up 70 points. Like, you know how hard that is to do in an NBA game? I mean, Devin Booker is an absolute beast. He did it on great efficiency. He scores very efficiently. And I mean, his team is just not good enough to help him get wins, but this dude by himself can pretty much carry the scoring load by himself. If he just had a team around him that could play defense just a little bit, they would probably have a lot better record than we currently see. Because I mean, when you have someone that can go out and get you about damn near 25 a night, and when he wants to go for about 50 points. So I mean, it's very hard to guard someone like that who can just turn it on like that and take over whenever he wants. And you can just look at that as over the past 2 games, he has a combined 109 points, 8 assists, 14 rebounds, and 47% from the 3 to go along with 67% from field. So he's scoring a butt ton of points to go along with extremely good efficiency. Damn near 50% from the 3 is very hard to do, and 67% from the field, that is also very hard to do as long as you're not a center or something, and he is a point / shooting guard for them. So I mean, this dude is an absolute beast. I mean, not many players in the NBA especially can just be like, okay, I'm going to take over this game, I'm going to absolutely do it. And then we've seen him be able to do that. Like I said earlier, when he calls a shot, he literally told a fan, I'm going for 50 points, and he went for 50 points. Now, if his team was just a little bit better, their record would be so much better. Because I mean, DeAndre Ayton, he's good enough to score. He's very good. He's like a very capable guy to score. And I mean, with this kind of segues into my next point. He does this despite being the only player, the only real offensive threat outside of Aiden, who's averaging around 16 points per game. Like, yes, Aiden can score, but he can really only score in the paint. So the only perimeter or the only outside the paint scorer they really have to worry about, and if they lock them down, they know they're going to win, is Devin Booker. But I mean, y'all might be like, well, can't Devin Booker just be having inflated stats due to his team being so bad? Well, yes, but I mean, that kind of goes out the window, because you also have to remember that literally every NBA team, when they played them, is only game planning to stop Devin Booker. They're going to let a rookie in DeAndre Ayton get his. They're going to let Josh Jackson get his. They're going to let everybody else on their team score as many points as they want. But as long as they can hold Devin Booker to like under 30 points, they know that their chances of winning goes up so much higher. So I mean, when a team is literally game planning around only you, and you can still turn it on whenever you want and score as many points as you want and just be the best offensive player on the floor any given night, no matter who's on the court, that is a very, very hard thing to do. And I mean, defenses in the NBA are unbelievably good, especially when they only have to game plan for one person, only have to do one job. That is a very, very hard thing to do, to just be able to take over like Devin Booker does, and he's been able to do it over his entire career, and the dude's extremely young. So if he's already had 70-point games, he's easily getting over 50, he's calling his shot, he very easily gets over 30 points a game. So I mean, if he already has that many, just imagine how good he's going to be when he starts to hit his athletic prime. 22 is not your athletic prime, like 26, 20 to 30 is really your athletic prime, and he is still 4 years away from that. So barring any injuries, this dude could legit be one of the best players in the entire NBA in the very, very near future, and you won't be surprised at all if he does end up being very good. And the fact that someone who's as good as he is and can turn it on whenever he wants, and as the offensive threat that he is, he's never made an all-star game appearance, is absolutely ridiculous. Yes, he won the three-point contest, and that just shows you how good he is at shooting and how good he is at shooting the three ball. But outside of that, that really is his only all-star experience. He's never made an all-star game despite being an absolute beast. And yes, it's due to his team being so bad, but I mean, it's not really his fault. When someone's putting up that type of numbers, he's a legit player and he can ball out, and it's not just inflated numbers. So I mean, you really have to look at this and just see how underrated he actually is and how unguardable the dude actually is. And the fact he doesn't get as much recognition as he does deserve, it kind of bug me, because I'm not even a Suns fan, I'm a Pelicans fan, and I just like look at Booker and it's like, how does more people not like him and like the way he plays? Like, how can you just like, it's kind of mind-boggling that he hasn't been an all-star yet, and it's very, very ridiculous in my opinion. But of course, you guys, this is my first video, so comment below, do you agree with me? Do you think he's underrated? Do you think he's unguardable? I want to hear all your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you did agree with me at any point, hit the like button and subscribe button, that would mean the world to me. And also, I want to apologize for missing an upload. I went on a vacation for one day in Biloxi in Mississippi. Y'all probably don't know where that is. You know, y'all probably do. Most people probably know where Biloxi is. We kind of went to the beach there. I'm from Louisiana, so it was like a 1-hour drive. It wasn't even that bad. So me and some friends just went up there. That's why I missed that upload. I'm sorry. I mean, it was my fault, but it wasn't. You know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I'm sorry for that. It won't happen again. So yeah, like I said, I'm sorry, but I also have to give all praise to God. Y'all been showing tons of support, but I wouldn't be here without God. He's the reason I'm here. He's the reason we're all here. He's blessed me and put me in this position to make these videos. He's blessed me and put me in this position to like really know what he put me on earth to do, and really just help y'all find him while spreading his name through these videos that I love to make as well. So I can't give enough glory to God at all. But also thank y'all for the support y'all been showing, and like I said earlier, hit the like button if you did enjoy, and hit the subscribe button if you really did like it, and hope you have a blessed day. Can I have a blessed day? So you need to have a blessed day. See you in the next video. Goodbye, boo. Blah.